We are entering a warmer and drier period across the states over the next 4 to 5 days. Although as we get into the following week, we are watching the potential for some severe weather and winter storms to move across the country. We'll likely be moving from a more mild and zonal flow type pattern with our jet stream into some more troughing. Let's get into these latest updates. We currently have some decent precipitation moving into the Pacific Northwest and off to the east. And we're watching this disturbance in the Gulf that really should be out of our hair in the next 48 hours, dropping some heavy rainfall into states like Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and Florida. You'll notice as we move through the next 24 to 48 hours, we'll see a pretty good warm up for much of the country. Cold air is expected to return to the east and especially the northeast as we move into next weekend and into the beginning of next week. And we will have the chance to see some snow accumulation up here in the northeast during this time frame as well. This initial troughing out east will help to break up that zonal flow pattern that we have setting up. And you'll see what begins to happen out west after this system moves off to the east. Most of our globals do start to see some significant troughing moving back into the west and across the states, and not just one system, but potentially a few. This is what our European model sees. It's pretty far out. They're better at seeing troughing during this time period, like I said, than where your precipitation is going to be falling. And this type of troughing can bring a lot of snowfall back into the states and can promote some severe weather down in the south, and potentially even up towards the Ohio Valley. As we approach the end of the first week of March, our GFS does see a similar pattern setting up. Our American model does see these troughs beginning to dig back into the Pacific Northwest and potentially into the Central Plains. And when taking a look at our European ensembles, it does look like we will enter a slightly cooler trend as we move into the second week of March. Like I said at the beginning of this video, looking forward into our immediate future looks pretty dry and mild for the states. But you can see the storminess picking up at the end of these runs. Our American model does actually like 3 pretty good systems across the states as we push into the second week of March. We're not really going to pay attention to the exact storms, where they go, and how much snow or how much rainfall they drop yet. But we are getting closer and closer to locking in the end of the first week and into the second week of March for an uptick in storminess across the states, and that could include some winter storms and severe weather. This is our Climate Prediction Center 6 to 10 day temperature outlook, so this is from March 1st through March 5th. And they agree we're looking very warm with the exception of the Northeast. I'm going to continue to bring you guys these outlooks while our forecast in the short range is just a little bit calmer. I do still believe we have a good setup for some good winter storm activity as we move into the second week of March, so I'll keep my eye on it. I appreciate you watching this video. If you like this type of content, feel free to throw me a follow or sub. I make posts like this every single day and I stream every single night. I'll see you in the next video.